everybody, it's your girl Kiki. I want to say this reading is going to be quick, but I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be quick, but I'm going to try. I had a dream about mothers, like divine feminine, weeping, and I would like to know what's that about. This reading is all alleged and for entertainment purposes. I'm gonna pull one card from each deck to keep it as short as possible. Alright. So far for that, one card for each deck. So much for that. I'm sorry. I just want to take a look at the bottom. No choices, no option. Yep, there goes the Divine Feminine. There you go. Interesting. Alright. Okay, the dream I had was in regards to, I was like at an old neighborhood at night, and there was like a assembly line of women. They look indigenous / Mexican or South American-ish, and they were in like this ant-like line, and I couldn't break into the line, and they were weeping. I think the vibe was that I didn't belong there. Like, it wasn't for me to be going where they're going, and I don't really know where they were going, to be honest, but they were weeping. It felt like the deportation stuff that's been happening, the mass deportation things. So that's what it kind of gave me vibes of. So I wanted to pull cards on it to get the message. Wanted to know, Spirit, what is the message about for that dream, and what is the energy behind the Divine Feminine? They are weeping. They feel like the mass deportations are unjust, and all of their hard work, all of their sacrifice was all in vain. They feel like justice has came in with her mighty sword, and now everybody's trying to go into hiding but still see what's happening, what's going on, paying attention to the news. I think they really thought that it was going to be other groups of people and not them. And they feel like they've been cheated. They feel like they've been cheated out of the promise that was given, and they genuinely were trying to get that American dream per se. They thought they were helping their families and building, protecting their children. And they want to protect their children, but they can't protect them from this, and they don't know what to do. I did look at the bottom of the deck. They don't know, like, they're trying to scramble for answers and options. They were trying to resist a deportation. I think there is going to be an opportunity where this will be rectified somehow, but the courts will have to step in, or the legislation and politicians will have to step in and reverse that executive order. Here come Mr. Cheeto Face with his pentacle upside down. But I think all in all, right now in the short term, it doesn't feel like it's gonna be okay, and there's gonna be a lot of money lost trying to deport this many people in such a short amount of time. But I think there is gonna be justice, and but there are people who are happy about what's going on, and they're vocal about it online. I just want to see. Yeah, Divine Feminine is not happy. Yeah, she's pissed. Yeah. When you mess with, when things are imbalanced, things are imbalanced. Like this, the way it is, like in the country, especially the imbalance against Divine Feminine energy. Nature, the universe, God, Spirit has a way of balancing it out eventually. It's gonna be a bit of a battle. I don't know if it's gonna take long. I don't know how long will this take. I'm not too sure. 2 7s, 4, 6, and a 9. Within the year, definitely another 9. You might hear something in the news within 7 weeks or so. 6 to 7 weeks about like a pinnacle point is going to be a change in the way things are done. I don't know if the legislation or the Congress or Supreme Court is putting a stop, or the politicians, maybe the Dems, are going to figure out a way to put a stop to it. Yeah, divine feminine. It had a lot to do with the divine feminine being out of balance, like mothers weeping, mothers being deported, being ripped from their children, their families, everything that they've built. I'm trying, like as a mom myself, I do sympathize, but there's a part of me, I'm not gonna lie, I'm like on the, you F around, you find out crew, because it's like, how can you vote against your own self-interest? But I think if we call it what it is, there's a lot of groups of ethnic groups, minorities, they think that if they side with the right side, quote unquote, they side with the loudest, they side with the ones who appear to be more empowered, the more aggressive, if they somehow like, oh, if I'm a Latino for Trump, is gonna make my proximity to whiteness even closer. And that's just not the case. Like, just because your hair came out a little bit straighter than your next brethren or neighbor, that does not mean that you are white. You will never be seen as white unless you're actually a white Spaniard. You see what I'm saying? But there's a lot of like, look, a lot of they kind of look my Latino too. The mulattoes, especially these, yeah. Like, I think the proximity close to whiteness, it's never gonna happen, no matter how much you vote your way, work your way up, bleach your way, straighten out your hair, get that Dominican press. Listen, that blowout, child. The envy, the gods. But it ain't gonna happen, So I am, as a mother, like, I think it's disgusting what's happening. I would never want to be ripped away from my child, from my family. They're sweeping up people who are not criminals. They lied. And when you lie and you go against what's right, the amount of karma that's being built up. I'm gonna try to be, I said I was gonna be quick, Lord. Oh my goodness. But I definitely want to pull cards that reflect feminine energy. So give us advice or like steps on what's next. So yeah, I think I want to keep this short. Oh gosh. Okay, Spirit, I want to know what's the advice for for people, for the chosen one, for divine feminine energies. That could be within masculine bodies or feminine bodies, but the divine feminine energy overall. What is the advice that you have? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oop, I like that card. Stop. Alright. This is a Believe in Your Own Magic tarot deck. I love this. Excuse me, oracle deck. Alright. Okay, so Spirit's advice, divine feminine energies advice to the divine feminine energies, and advice overall in general. Endings are inevitable, so this had to happen, as effed up as it sounds. This had to happen. Look, it says sword, make the change. It had to happen for things to change, unfortunately. Like, it's very ugly to say that, but we as a people, as a nation, as a world, we're not unified at all. And sometimes in order to like build things back up, it needs to be burnt or torn down. So this is one of them. I think had we were more unified and we were more in our higher selves, and we all voted for justice and humanity and the betterment of everyone in the world, you'll see a positive change. But because we're not like that as a people, as a human race, unfortunately this has to happen. I'm just grateful that the people who decided all this chaos for others are also getting the chaos themselves. I am grateful for the universe. The universe card showed up for the instant karma in that case. Spirit is saying great endings are inevitable. So yes, right now we kind of have to ride this wave, for lack of a better. We have to ride this wave right now, let it play out. And if anything, I think it's gonna make people really plan on, hey, is this country actually a place where I wanna really settle down and make roots in? Perhaps maybe I should be considering abroad. Homeward. Take yourself out on a date. Yeah, I think we're gonna be more focused on self-care and going out in nature and appreciating what we have. Enjoying our loved ones, because life is too short. I think it's making people reflect too. Like, they've lost peers and coworkers, and they've lost relatives in this sweep, and it's making people reflect on what's important in life, which is a good thing. Sorry, I'm trying to keep my feelings out of it. It's really hard because I empathize, and I'm also like frustrated and angry, so I'm just gonna try to get through. Universe, we're all just stardust. Yeah, so Spirit wants to remind us that we're all just stardust. We're all made of the same elements that's in space. The elements that's of the earth is within us, in our bodies. We're all connected. If you ever had like a trip, whether it be through edibles or not that I'm encouraging it, or some type of like, how you say, astral projection experience, outer body experience, if for those who know what I'm talking about, you feel everything and everyone around you, or actually near-death experiences too. You feel the vibrations of people in the next room, down the street. You feel vibrations of like the inanimate objects. Like, you become one, because we're all made of the same carbon. We're all made of the same material, so to speak, just in different degrees of it and what have you. So we're all stardust. We're all part of this universe. We're all God's children, and we need to remember that. And hopefully this situation will remind us of that, to step into your higher power and calling, and always vibrate high, and always wish the best and hope for the best. And also, people are going to probably tap into their spiritual gifts more to try to alleviate the situation, or people are going to be more awakened because of the situation, which justice is coming. So like I mentioned before, there is going to be a change. I think within a year, I think we might hear something in the news maybe by like 6 to 7 weeks, but it might take a couple months for it to change, but we might hear something in a few weeks. It's going to take anywhere between 6 to 9 months for everything to kind of fully get back on track, hopefully less. However, at least put a stop to this like mindless mass deportations, because it's not just criminals. They're sweeping up like innocent people, hardworking people, family-oriented people, people who help our economy, who help our country, who makes up the fabric of who we are as a nation, and they're getting swept up as collateral, right? So yeah, justice is definitely coming. People are working behind the scenes. They're looking to see what's in their closet, what they could pull out of their hat, so to speak. It's good that these cards confirmed what I was seeing before. And Sword, make the change. So we can't wait for this like savior to come in and swoop down. And we also can't wait for politicians to do their part as well. Yes, we should hold them accountable, of course, because we elected them into office. However, we don't need to wait for this savior on a white horse, so to speak. That we don't need to wait for someone to come down and help lead us and guide us. We're all natural born leaders. Again, it goes back to the universe. We're all just stardust. So everything that we need is within ourselves. All it takes is one action, one share, one comment, one donation. All it takes is to stand up for others, for yourself. You know, if you happen to be on the lighter complected spectrum, you know, use your privilege to help people who aren't. Or if you happen to be in a wealthier class, help people who aren't, who are a little bit more disadvantaged, learn about building wealth. Everybody has a part to play. Everybody can do something. So basically, Spirit and the universe is saying, be good humans, be good people. You can start where you are. You don't have to have like this big grand gesture. You know, if you want to go out and protest, do that. But there's other ways to protest and revolutionize too. They just want to say that. Let me just keep an eye on the time. Okay. Let me see if I can pull out. Oh, geez Louise. Like a card each from these decks that are very feminine energy focused. Divine feminine energy focus. Goodness. Okay. I'm gonna do my best. I love these cards. Are so pretty. I think the one who makes the one I just had before makes these Amanda Lovelace. Yeah, so she made these two. I love the illustrations. Cozy Witch. Oops, look, I'm shuffling them, but little child trying to rush. Let me take my time, but not really. Listen, I'm trying to get through this. I don't want to be too long. My readings tend to take too long. Comment below if you don't mind long readings. I'm trying to shorten them to like under 30 minutes or 20 minutes or less. Like, I really don't want to do long readings like that. But comment down below if what kind of, like, do you mind long readings or you prefer shorter ones? Okay, Divine Feminine Energy and Spirit. You have one card. Yep, thank you. Boop, 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 boop. 9 of Cups. Live in a constant state of gratitude. Yes, I love it. Yes, okay. Look, that's self-explanatory. I think oftentimes, we can look at things half empty. And I think it's important that we find the joy and peace in the little things. Romanticize your life. I think some of you might have been thinking about maybe doing the van life, going to the beach or the sea when the weather gets better, or moving to a place where the weather's always nice. I think that's your sign to do that. But remember to be grateful for what you have. You know, I know right now things feel like the end of the world, and I'm not gonna lie and say I don't kind of feel that way myself. But Spirit wants you to know that there is gonna be light at the end of the tunnel, but we all have a part to play. So the faster we all step into our own light, right? The quicker things can get moving, because Spirit can't do anything without our energy. You know, we have to meet them halfway, and we should. You know, they don't have a body. Remember, Spirit doesn't have a body. We have the physical body, so they can help us in the 5D, and we need to do work in the 3D. Spirit, do you have any advice here? If not, no worries, I'll pull it. 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, not so much heavy advice in this card, because I think the message was very clear and straightforward. I'm just gonna read one thing. Soul family, call in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. Yeah, if you're feeling overwhelmed, and I get it, I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed too. I'm not gonna listen. We're in this together. There is a soul family out there. Sometimes just lending your voice, putting yourself out there, is what's gonna help and let you know who resonates with you. You know what I mean? Let me see. How about the star seeds? I love the star seeds. Danielle Noel is one of my favorite illustrators and tarot deck makers, but it's with Danielle Noel and Rebecca Campbell. But Danielle Noel also has her own cards too. which I might show you because I bought that last year and I haven't used them. Okay, thank you for the, oh no, there's 2 cards. Okay, I'll be quick. All paths leads to home. Oh goodness, how ironic with the mass deportations back to their homeland, right? But like, listen, inner authority, intuition, turn your gaze within. Yeah, spirit wants you to know that you are supreme, you are high, you have all the answers, a higher self has all the answers. Tap in. Again, star family, you're a part of a team of souls. Call in for support. So if you need to, I also feel like if you haven't made a strong connection with your ancestors, you should be doing so. So whatever nationality or background you come from, look up or research what ancestral veneration looks like for you and your group, you know, and start honoring your ancestors. Like, I don't know if you've seen the Disney movie Coco, but that family was of Mexican descent. Oh, look, I bring up Coco and we're talking about mass deportation. Oh Lord, see, okay, spirit doesn't waste no material, right? I think there's a maybe that's to resonate for the especially for the people who are impacted, who are of that region, right? Who are of those people. I think that was intentional, actually. For Latinos specifically. If you're of that region, of that descent, and you don't have a spiritual practice, perhaps this is your sign to do so now. To tap into your ancestors, because listen, my dream was ancestors of women who look the same. They look very indigenous, very Latin of that region of Mexico, Venezuela, South American, right? They're wailing, they're weeping, and they seem lost, like they were going somewhere, but it seemed almost aimless too. So it's a weird thing. I think they're just waiting to be strengthened by the connection that they already have through your bloodline. Tap into your bloodline and start looking up ancestor veneration. Set up an altar, get pictures of your loved ones who passed on, and venerate them, work with them and strengthen them. Bless them, and they will in turn bless you. And the great severing, wow, Mars energy, anger, conflict, softening to love. Yeah, there's gonna have to be a bit of I don't want to say, oh goodness, I don't want to use that word, a little bit of war before they can get to peace, to dismantle some things. And again, war doesn't have to always look like swords per se. It could, but also fighting. I don't know if you listened to my last reading, about fighting differently. Sometimes spirit teaches us different ways to fight. Now you have your soldiers who are boots on the ground, and you have your soldiers that are in the sky, and you have your soldiers that are in the sea, right? There's different ways of fighting. Then you have your command center who's reporting back, letting you know they're picking up signals here, there, and everywhere. So I say all that to say that there's different ways to fight. There's different positions. Everybody has a part to play. And yes, it's gonna look dark before it gets lighter. Okay, where am I at time? Oh, we hit that 23 minute mark. Okay, I'm just gonna ask if they want me to pull anything else, or they feel like, hey, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I do feel like I should, but let me just ask first. Spirit, should I pull any other cards? Yes or no? No, I think I'm gonna stop there for now. So yeah, I hope you liked this reading. If you did, it resonate, please give a thumbs up, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.